Welcome to all. Today we will going to discuss about carbohydrate. What is meant by carbohydrate? The carbohydrates are a group of naturally occurring carbonyl compounds that also contain several hydroxyl group. அதாவது கார்போஹைட்ரேட் என்னன்னா ஆல்டிகேட் அண்ட் கீட்டோன் குரூப். ஆல்டிகைட் அண்ட் கீட்டோன் குரூப்னு சொல்கிறது என்னென்னா கார்பனைல் காம்பவுண்ட். இந்த ஆல்டிகைடு கீட்டோன் குரூப்பும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு லாங் செயின் ஆஃப் ஹைட்ராக்சைல் குரூப்போட ஃபார்ம் ஆகிருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் தான் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க, கார்போஹைட்ரேட்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. த கார்போஹைட்ரேட்ஸ் ஆர் ஏ குரூப் ஆஃப் நேச்சுரலி அக்கரிங் கார்போனைல் காம்பவுண்ட்ஸ் தட்ஸ் மீன் பை ஆல்டிகைட் அண்ட் கீட்டோன்ஸ் that also contain several hydroxyl groups. They are the most abundant organic molecules in nature and also referred to as saccharides. The carbohydrates which are soluble in water and sweet taste are called sugar. This slide shows for the structure of carbohydrate. The carbohydrate consists of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The general empirical structure for carbohydrate is CH2ON. They are organic compounds organized in the form of aldehyde or ketone with multiple hydroxyl group coming off a carbon chain. Next, these slides we will discuss about later. First, we are seeing in the classification of carbohydrate. The carbohydrate is classified into mainly three types. One is monosaccharides, and other one is oligosaccharides, and next one is polysaccharides. The monosaccharides are further divided into triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, heptose. These are the monosaccharides. And the oligosaccharides is disaccharides. The oligosaccharides is further divided into disaccharides and trisaccharides. And final one is the polysaccharides. The polysaccharide is divided into two types. One is a structural polysaccharide, another one is storage polysaccharides. What are the examples of monosaccharides is the triose is example for glyceraldehyde, and tetrose is example for erythrose. Pentose sugar example is ribose and xylose. Hexose sugar example for glucose and fructose. These are the monosaccharides compounds. And next one is the oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides means the disaccharides. First one is the disaccharides, example for sucrose and maltose. And trisaccharide example for raffinose. The final one is the polysaccharides. This polysaccharide is mainly used for the structural function and storage process. The structural polysaccharide, for example, for cellulose, the structure to create the structure for the organs is mainly used for the cellulose. And the next one is storage polysaccharides, the energy storage process. This work is mainly involved for the storage polysaccharides, for example for starch and insulin. First of all, we will discuss about monosaccharides. The monosaccharides simplest group of carbohydrates and often called simple sugar, since they cannot be further hydrolyzed. The monosaccharide is colorless, structure for the crystalline solid which are soluble in water and insoluble in non-polar solvent. It is the monosaccharide is soluble in water and insoluble in non-polar solvent. These are the compound which is possess free aldehyde or ketone groups. The general formula of a monosaccharide is CnH2ON or CnH2nON. These are the general formula of monosaccharide. General formula for monosaccharides. They are classified according to the number of carbon atoms they contain, and also on this basis of functional group presence. The monosaccharide thus with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbons are called triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, heptose, etc. And also as aldose or ketose, depending upon whether they contain aldehyde or ketone group. For example, for these are the examples for the monosaccharides: glucose, fructose, um, erythrulose, ribulose. These are the examples for the monosaccharides. The next one is called oligosaccharides. The oligosaccharides is otherwise called as disaccharides. The oligosaccharides are composed as sugar that yield 2 to 10 molecules of the same or different monosaccharide on hydrolysis. Oligosaccharides are composed sugar that yield 2 to 10 molecules of the same or different monosaccharide on hydrolysis. The monosaccharides units are joined by glycosidic linkage. The glycosidic linkage is very important for the binding of the sugar molecules. Based on the number of monosaccharide units, it is further classified as disaccharide, tetrasaccharide, etc. Disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide, etc. These are the oligosaccharides. The oligosaccharides yield 2 molecules of monosaccharides. The oligosaccharides yielding 2 molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis is known as disaccharide. And the ones yielding 3 or 4 monosaccharide are known as trisaccharide and tetrasaccharide respectively, and so on. The general formula of a disaccharide is CnH2n-1, and that is the trisaccharide is CnH2ON2, and so on. The examples for disaccharide including sucrose, lactose, maltose, etc. The trisaccharides are examples for raffinose and ribinose. The raffinose or ribinose are examples for trisaccharides. Next one is the polysaccharide. They are also called as glycans. The polysaccharide is also called as glycans. The polysaccharides contain more than 10 monosaccharide units and can be hydrolysis of sugar unit in length. They yield more than 10 molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. This kind of saccharides is called polysaccharides. The polysaccharides differ from each other in the identify their repeated monosaccharide units, in their length, their chain, in the type of bonding link units, and in the degree of branches. They are primarily concerned with 2 important functions. One is structural function, another one is storage of energy. They are further classified depend on the type of molecules produced as a result of hydrolysis. They may be homopolysaccharides containing monosaccharides of the same types, or heteropolysaccharide, example monosaccharide of different types. They may be homopolysaccharides contain monosaccharides of the same type, or heteropolysaccharide, example the monosaccharides of different types. The examples of homopolysaccharides are starch, glycogen, cellulose, pectin. The heteropolysaccharide are hyaluronic acid and chondroitin. These are the heteropolysaccharides examples. One more time I repeat. They may be homopolysaccharides containing monosaccharides of the same type, or heteropolysaccharide, the monosaccharide of different types. They may be homopolysaccharide containing monosaccharide of the same type. The heteropolysaccharide, the monosaccharides of different types. These are the difference between homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. The example of homopolysaccharides are starch, glycogen, cellulose and pectin. The heteropolysaccharides are hyaluronic acid and chondroitin. Next one is, this slide shows for the function of carbohydrates. The living organism use carbohydrates as occasionally energy for fuel, cellular reactions. They are the most abundant dietary source of energy for all living beings. The carbohydrates, along with being the chief energy source in many animals, are instant source of energy. The glucose is break down by the glycolysis and the Krebs cycle to yield ATP, adenine triphosphate. This is the energy source. Serve as energy stores, fuel and metabolic intermediates. It is stored as glycogen in animals and the starch in plant. The glycogen in animal, this point is very important. It is stored as glycogen in animals and starch in plant. The stored carbohydrate act as an energy source instead of protein. They form structural and protective compounds like in the cell wall of the plants and microorganism. They form structural and protective compounds like in the cell wall of the plant and microorganism. The structural element in the cell wall of the bacteria, the peptidoglycans are murein. The plants is cellulose and the animals is chitin. The carbohydrates are intermediate in the biosynthesis of fats and proteins. The carbohydrates aid in the regulation of nerve tissue and it is energy source of the brain. Carbohydrates get associated with the lipids and proteins to form surface antigen receptors molecules, vitamins and antibiotics. Formation of a structural framework of RNA and DNA. They are linked to many proteins and lipids. Such linked carbohydrates are important in cell wall communication and in interaction between cell and other elements, the cellular environments. In animals, they are an important constituent of connective tissue. The carbohydrates, they are rich in fiber content, help to prevent the constipation. Also, they help in modulation of immune system. These are the important role in living things. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு உதாரணம், அதாவது எப்பயுமே குளுக்கோஸ் எனர்ஜி அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த கார்போஹைட்ரேட்ஸ் குளுக்கோஸ். இந்த குளுக்கோஸ் எனர்ஜி எப்பயுமே பார்த்திங்கன்னா உடனே ஹைலி ரியாக்டிவிட்டி. நம்ம உடனே எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அந்த குளுக்கோஸ்னா உடனே அது எனர்ஜியாக கன்வெர்ட் ஆகிரும். பட் ஆனால் அதுமாரி ஆகிறது நம்ம உடம்புக்கு எல்லா நேரத்துலையும் நல்லது கிடையாது. ஏன்னா எனர்ஜி டெஃபிஷியன்சிஷன்ஸ் அப்படின்னு நம்ம உடம்புல ஏற்படும் டைமிங்கில் அந்த எனர்ஜி நம்மளுக்கு கிடைக்காது. ஸோ அதனால் நம்ம இம்யூன் சிஸ்டமும் நம்ம உடம்புல உள்ள மார்ஃபாலஜிக்கல் கேரக்டர் அண்டு உடலில் உள்ள செல்கள் வந்து தன்னை மாடிஃபை பண்ணி இந்த எனர்ஜி சோர்ஸை ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வைக்கிறாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த கார்போஹைட்ரேட்டுங்கிற இந்த எனர்ஜி சோர்ஸ், இந்த சுகர் எப்படி வந்து ஸ்டோர் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா, இது வந்து ஹைலி எனர்ஜெட்டிக்காக இருக்கிறதுனால ஹைலி எனர்ஜெட்டிக் ஆர் ஹைலி ரியாக்டிவிட்டி. ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஹியூமனில் வந்து இந்த எனர்ஜி எப்படி வந்து ஸ்டோர் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம்னா கிளைக்கோஜனாக ஸ்டோர் ஆகுது. இன் அனிமல்ஸில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இன் பிளான்ஸில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது வந்து ஸ்டார்ச்சாக ஸ்டோர் ஆகுது. எது இந்த கார்போஹைட்ரேட்டுங்கிறது, அதாவது இன்டைரக்டாக இவங்க வந்து இந்த எனர்ஜியாக கன்வெர்ட் ஆகி ஸ்டோர் ஆகுறாங்க. குளுக்கோஸாக ஸ்டோர் ஆகிறது கிடையாது. ஹியூமன் பாடியில் வந்து கிளைக்கோஜனாகவும் பிளான்ஸில் வந்து ஸ்டார்ச்சாகவும் இவங்க ஸ்டோர் ஆகுறாங்க. Okay. Thank you everyone. Thank you.